Welcome to this overview of the UK Tin Stand Catalogue for Dragonmeet 2025. I would like to thank all of the volunteers who will be working on our stand for their support. The following bundles and discounts will be available: a one-page bundle, a zine bundle, and a retailer discount of 40%. Our accessories and supplements: 51 illustrated character cards with a tiny backstory and plot hook. All characters are fantasy flavoured and system agnostic. An A5 journal, 208 dotted pages with ribbon, bookmark and back pocket. A handmade Game Master's binder, wrapped in soft touch, high quality vegan PU leather. It features dedicated card slots, a secure pouch for dice and tokens, a discreet back pocket for loose notes, handouts or stickers, 200 pages of dotted paper, thick cover sheet, and 10 sheets of 4 PU pockets for character, item and spell cards. Lost Lighthouse is a system-agnostic fantasy adventure taking place in the swashbuckling setting of the Fishbone Archipelago, and starts with a horrible shipwreck of the merchant ship you and your friends were assigned to. To escape the uncharted island, players will explore moist jungles, face off with ghosts from the past, and even challenge the endemic apex predator. Choose your fate by aligning with one of the ancient gods, and reignite the Lost Lighthouse. A 10-minute sketch. Perfect for players, GMs or solo adventurers, this large notebook includes 216 lined pages of premium non-bleed 100 GSM paper, a ribbon bookmark to mark your latest idea, and a back pocket for loose notes, NPC sketches or secret maps. Ideal for campaign planning, solo TTRPGs, journaling, or everyday musings. A handmade player binder wrapped in soft touch high quality vegan PU leather. Features dedicated card slots, a detachable magnetic tube for a character minion set of dice, 200 pages of dotted paper, dedicated A5 insert, thick cover sheet, and 10 sheets of 4 PU pockets for character, item or spell cards. Multiple designs inspired by the Sandstone District games and more. An exercise for writing groups, role players and world builders. Created with writing groups and role players in mind, Seed of an Idea is a book of prompts and questions to help you build a story quickly and easily using familiar tropes. 100% cotton t-shirts with a stylish Warlock Stoat print. Vinyl stickers, great for decorating your notebook, laptop, phone or water bottle. Wizard is £1, Warlock is £1.50, Monk, Rogue, Ranger and Holographic Warlock is £2.50. Inspiration for creating fantasy armies and soldiers. The system-neutral world-building zine contains random tables, writing prompts, and examples to help you create colourful and engaging military units and characters for your fantasy world. 14 Pride-themed magic items for use in your fantasy games. Guide to creating fantasy religions. This system-neutral world-building zine contains random tables, writing prompts, and examples to help you create deities and myths for your fantasy world. Inspiration for creating fantasy crypts and burials. This system-neutral world-building zine contains random tables, writing prompts, and examples to help you create characterful tombs, crypts, and other burial sites for your fantasy world. Spacious, stylish, and sturdy. Perfect for your convention hall. Extra large tote available. Our one-page games. A fantasy solo game. Follow the story of 3 settlements enduring against the darkness, keeping hope alive in an attempt to outlast the apocalypse. A metafiction game for 2 to 5 players. You are fictional characters who just realised that everything you've ever done is because a smug writer wrote it that way. You're done being puppets. Together, you're going to fight back, ruin the plot, and topple the writer once and for all. A fantasy game for 1 to 6 players. You are apprentices in the potion shop of the Apothecary, a legendary and somewhat unpredictable master of potions. The final recipe takes the form of a 3 or more stanza poem. A horror solo game. The world is ending in 5 days. You have 5 days to prepare those who follow you for the end, and maybe, just maybe, survive it. A life sim solo game. Flotsam and Jetsam is a cozy shopkeeping game about managing burnout, serving your community, and small-town living inspired by countless life sims. A horror fantasy solo game. You are a mourner exorcist, a wandering caretaker of decaying graveyards and lost souls. Today, you prepared a ritual for the body of the last citizen of the secluded village of Rites. Your job is to find how the deceased is connected to multiple ghosts lingering in your domain and set them free. A prehistoric cyberpunk solo game. A one-page RPG about Neanderthal cyberpunks taking on megacorporations in a prehistoric techno-metropolis. A fantasy game for 3 or more players. You're a cleric in relationships with multiple gods. The gods claim they are okay with this. The gods are not okay with this. An animal game for 1 to 6 players. You are a frog. You've always been a frog. You will always be a frog. But today, you are a frog on a quest. Our solo TTRPGs. A sci-fi solo game. Play as an astronaut untethered from your ship in a solo journaling RPG of dire circumstances, desperation, and hope. Uses a D100. A fantasy solo game. A cozy solo journaling TTRPG about being the new librarian for a small town library in a fantasy world. After a group of pixies causes chaos by mixing up the library card catalogue and borrower records, you're tasked with tracking down every book borrowed by the townsfolk and reconstructing the card catalogue. A fantasy solo game. In Escape from the Tower of Dusk, you play as an inmate trying to break out of a cursed ancient prison controlled by a paramilitary cult. The game uses an original D6 dice building system representing the protagonist's virtues as an attribute dice pool. Your allies and secrets provide modifiers to your dice rolls. It is a story about establishing connections, gathering allies' secrets and resources to outsmart your bane, and orchestrate a daring escape. A historical solo game. A solo journaling RPG set in a doomed kingdom calling for aid during the late Bronze Age collapse. An adventure solo game. A solo TTRPG of climbing, exploration, and discovery. An animal solo game. You are a grumpy hedgehog trying to avoid your neighbours, and they're all bothering you. Can you make it home to bask in the sun and enjoy a cuppa before you run out of time and energy? A historical solo game. A solo journaling RPG about a journey between the reality of the late 1100s and the dreamscapes of medieval Christian mythology. Our TTRPGs include a historical occult game for 2 to 7 players, role-playing game of genteel and occult conspiracy set in the Napoleonic era, an adventure game for 3 or more players, a family-friendly RPG of rascally schoolchildren foiling a museum heist, a sci-fi horror game for 4 or more players. Follow the cryptic instructions of an interdimensional ghost to save your space station and home from catastrophe. A romance game for 2 players. Not Yet is perfect for date night, romancing your friends, or creating a dramatic character backstory. Play as 2 characters fated to meet, but just missing one another. Or not, if the dice say otherwise. A nature punk game for 2 or more players. A super rules-light nature punk game about rapidly evolving weird animal hybrids. Possibly the simplest D20 system you'll ever play, easily learnable within minutes. Pick an animal and add extra parts from other animals. Then flip the sheet and see the cheat sheet for all the basics you need to know to play. A fantasy game for 2 to 4 players. Set sail as a queer pirate crew bound by fan family bonds and shared magical adventures on the high seas. With a storyteller, D4 dice, and collaborative world building, you'll face challenges, forge friendships, and create unforgettable tales together. A dystopian 2-player game. Talking Thunder is a 2-player correspondence RPG about finding hope and connection in a dystopian world. As the world changes, you never know what news each letter from your only friend will bring, if you even hear from them again. An animal game for 2 to 6 players. You are a grumble of pugs going on an adventure. Your mission? To find your human to get love and attention, and all the treats you deserve. A sci-fi game for 3 to 5 players. Become the pilot of a giant kaiju-like monster in this rules-light TTRPG. The catch is, every other player is a pilot of the same monster, and only cooperation via mind reading could lead you all to success. A sci-fi game for 3 to 5 players. A GM-less role-playing game about cooperation and discovery on alien worlds, played with a standard deck of 7 polyhedral dice and a 78-card tarot deck. The following one-page games are £1 each, or 80p when bought as part of the bundle. 3 Shining Motes, Breaking the Fourth Wall, Brewing Serendipity, 5 Days Alone, Flotsam and Jetsam, Mournful Rites, Neanderthals, Polytheist, you are a frog. The following zines cost £10 or £8 when bought as part of our zine bundle. Edge of Survival, Ex Libris, Field Trip, Scribe, Summit, Talking Thunder, Tea and Toadstools, The Grand Pug Adventure, The Guide to Grunts, The Kingdom of Prester John, the LGBTQI Armory System Agnostic version, The Pamphlet of Pantheons, The Tome of Tombs. The following zines cost £15 or £13 when bought as part of our zine bundle. Fishbone Archipelago, Escape from the Tower of Dusk, Fishbone Archipelago, Lost Lighthouse, Me the Singularity RPG, Not Yet, a romantic duet TTRPG, Sail the Oceans Queer, Seed of an Idea, Velet. The following zines cost £20 or £18 when bought as part of our zine bundle. Overgrown TTRPG, Beyond the Stars. These items are available with a retailer discount. Ash Noctum's Travelling Companions, D&D Stowe Starter Notebook, Edge of Survival, Ex Libris, Field Trip, Fishbone Archipelago, Escape from the Tower of Dusk, Fishbone Archipelago, Lost Lighthouse, 5 Days Alone, Flotsam and Jetsam, Me the Singularity RPG, Neanderthals, Not Yet, a romantic duet TTRPG, Albert Notebook, Polytheist, Sail the Oceans Queer, Scribe, Seed of an Idea, Summit, Talking Thunder, Tea and Toadstools, The Grand Pug Adventure, The Guide to Grunts, The Kingdom of Prester John, the LGBTQI Armory System Agnostic version, The Pamphlet of Pantheons, The Tome of Tombs, What We Found Beyond the Stars. If you're interested in learning more about us, please visit our website, scan the QR code to find our Patreon newsletter, or check out any of our other links. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you at Dragonmeet.